2 wins in a row, too good to be true. Like how we gonna let Coutinho get a goal and assist on his debut. This week formation 4-4-3, last week formation 4-4-2. I can see things go from bad to worse if we don't sort out the mid 4-2. 2 wins in a row, too good to be true. Like how we gonna let Coutinho get a goal and assist on his debut. This week formation 4-4-3, last week formation 4-4-2. I can see things go from bad to worse if we don't sort out the mid 4-2. Yo, this is the OT99 Banter room where opinions are shared and smoke gets served. Look, we're back again with another show. This is boy Firms, and today I'm joined by NK and Edwin, and we're going to talk about our Manchester United game against Aston Villa. Manchester United were away. Manchester United let 3 points slip. Why? Because of, some may say poor substitutions, some may say no midfield, some may say poor wing-back defending, some may say not taking our chances when we had it. Do you know what I mean? Not creating enough. I don't know. There's a mixture of all sorts right about now. And right now we're going to get into it. Look, guys, the things that I'm realizing as well is that I'm starting to see similar patterns in some ways that Oli was doing. Do you know what I mean? In terms of these late substitutions. And why are we not trusting in certain players like Donny van de Beek to come on sooner to help us like shore up the game? Lingard, come on sooner. He's got legs. We know he's usually the one that's one of the fittest guys in the club to come on and help us get through the game. Look, Manchester United had Cavani, yeah, and had Matic, yeah, where the joint age is probably about 70, playing a full 90 minutes. And don't get me wrong, there's guys in the league that play like your Moutinho and all them guys. They got age, they can kick a ball, they can play whatever like that. But fam, we got young, hungry guys on the bench and they ain't making it into the team. Guys, anyway, give me your thoughts, man. NK, what is your thoughts, man?
You know what, today, when I saw the lineup, yeah, I was excited. Like, I mean, all week, I had no hope that we were going to win the game anyway. But when I saw the lineup, yeah, I was a bit encouraging because, like, the first thing I thought to myself was that this first 11 that we have put out here don't have a lot of guys that got mistakes in there, with the exception of Fred. So I feel like if they keep things simple and stuff like that, there is a way we take 3 points from this game. And you know what? When the game started, yeah, I mean, first few minutes we were getting the ball, we were playing it. We didn't let Villa fans have like nothing to just kind of like say. We literally had the ball and we were actually playing from the back very good. But they Elanga, Telles, and then Bruno, they were linking up. Well, we literally had them like on lock. Because while talk about control, we had a control. It looked like we were playing a 4-3-3 formation where Bruno was on the left. So everything was going well. Bruno scored a free kick. It was going well. Like we literally, like, I think apart from Villa corner that they got a chance, and then that getting to the end, they crossed the ball, and I think Cash or whoever he is got a shot. We had nothing to do. So second half, I just knew second half. I said second half is going to be a game changer because we are going to set the trap for the counter. And if it's either they're going to score to make it 1-1 or we're going to hit them on the counter. You just knew there was a goal going to come into it. And then we got a second goal. Thinking, you know what? It's over. Now, just literally manage the game and let's see it out from there. And I blame 2 reasons for not taking 3 points out. One, I blame the manager because I feel like at 2-0 down, you just knew where this game was going. And I think it's this lack of inexperience in the Premier League because all these foreign managers, they always get found out. Klopp got found out, Pep got found out when they came here too. Even LVG came. I remember we were winning a game at Leicester and then Leicester came back to win like 5-3. This foreign manager, they forget that this is Premier League and teams never ever stop playing until it's 90 minutes. You know, they will keep on coming at you and coming at you and coming at you. So I feel like he literally for a second goal killed the game. That was his thing. So even at 2-0 that he felt like, oh, you know what? We still got enough to see out this game, you know? So the reaction from him in terms of like game management became late. Second point is United lack leadership on the pitch. At 2-0 down, there should be organization. People need to be talking to people, getting people into shape. You know, that first goal, from first half, I've been talking about Greenwood. He was good going forward, but he wasn't necessarily tracking back.
Yeah,
That first goal was easy. You can tell if Villa was going to create a chance, it was going to come from our left-hand side.
Bro, they were targeting. Bro, they were having joy on that side. Greenwood weren't tracking back, like you said. And also, they were targeting Delo, bro. Delo was getting targeted. You know my thing? When you, like, we're talking about the fullbacks, and this is why, like, I'm like, oh, Aaron Wan-Bissaka. It's like they both got certain qualities that they don't, like, each, like, Aaron Wan-Bissaka hasn't got the attacking qualities. Delo's got that. Delo hasn't got the defensive capabilities. Aaron Wan-Bissaka's got that. And the thing about it is, this Villa team saw the issues. You had flipping the centre backs, what's his name, running through our midfield, playing it across, targeting the lot side. The lot was getting peppered. Greenwood weren't running back. Bro, there was a problem on that side consistently, and we didn't address it. We didn't do anything with regards to the substitutions to address that problem. We saw it playing out. And Man United always do this thing where we just sit there and hope that we don't concede. We sit and hope that they shoot wide. We sit and hope. If you see an issue and you see a problem,
that was it today. If you look at Telles Renier, he had Elanga help him out a lot, and obviously there was Bruno there to help him too. And then you look at on our right hand side, it was literally Delo having to do that because Fred was coming to help, but sometimes they just couldn't just do that. And that's when Ralph should have been smart, especially at 2-0 down. We don't need Cavani no more at 2-0 down because it's going to be a counter-attacking game from there down on where we defend deep. Literally at 2-0 down, you defend deep, get a chance and hit a counter. So at that point, take what do you call it? Take Cavani or put Greenwood up top and then bring Lindegaard on. Bring some experience into the team. Yeah. And then we see that game off. And literally, we didn't. Like the second goal too. When I talk about leadership too, the second goal too, Lindelof. But when you are a centre back and you don't have pace, do not go don't go pressing guys like that. Because the minute you do it and they turn you, you are in no man's land. Literally in no man's land. He went there, he pressed them, he didn't win the ball, and that was it. They literally after that,
you know what's annoying?
If he doesn't go there, that cross coming, we will have two centre backs in the middle to literally deal with that cross. Simple.
Do you know what? I ain't gonna lie. I looked at Aston Villa's goals. They were nicely worked goals. I look at our goals. Yeah, the keeper makes a fumble. Do you know what I mean for one of them? And it's just like, bro, you know what it is? I was saying this before the game. We started the game. I'm just like, bro, like, there's nothing that. I was glad to see that Ralf Rangnick being proactive, and making no substitutions. But quite frankly, you're just thinking, look, would Ronaldo have been starting today with Cavani if it wasn't for the fact that Ronaldo had a little knock? You know what I mean? Like, would the selection have been the selection if these players were fit? I don't know. We keep switching formations, game in and game out. Look, the one thing I know about a lot of these teams, if you have consistency, that goes a long way. You know who you're playing next to, that also goes a long way in terms of team cohesion, etc. Formations, consistent. Man United keep flipping it, keep changing it. We're firefighting, bro. I know Ralf Rangnick is trying, and I'm glad that he's flipping it up because what he was doing previously isn't working. He needs to find something that's working. And when I saw the 4-3-3 formation, Bruno sitting deeper, it did seem a lot more composed, less like risky passes and all of that stuff. He was doing a better job sitting. I think it was him and Fred, right? Partnering, and then you had Matic sitting behind him. It did look decent, especially in the first half or the first 40 minutes. But then we allowed Aston Villa to get back into the game for the last 10 minutes. And Aston Villa carried that same form in the second half and just was battering us. And the stress, like when Aston Villa took up the heat, there was no comparison. Look, Manchester United, did you watch the Chelsea game, against City? I know that Chelsea lost that game, But what I saw with Chelsea is they looked very comfortable, well, to some degree, playing against the press. They'll be playing out of the back. They'll come out of the back successfully. They'll play it against the press. Manchester United, you apply any pressure on our guys, bro, everyone's losing it. No one knows what to do. Mistakes happen.
Today, on the ball, we were, except for like,
second half was a mess.
That was just like a bit shaky in possession. on the ball we were good. I think
Like,
one
it was
of the
Jekyll and
things.
Hyde, though. It was Jekyll and Hyde. First half and second half.
Yeah, but I think one of the biggest thing where this game, especially with this game, was lost to is when we were 2-0 up, and obviously they decided to kind of like turn up the heat. We had two guys in the midfield here that had yellow cards. So all of a sudden they had to stop tackling. Matic was one of them, and Bruno was one of them. So necessarily what we were doing is that, and this is when I tell like game management come inside too.
Yeah.
But then the question too is you can say who was on the bench that could have come in too. Like you bring someone like say Donny van der Beek on or something like that, but they could take one of these silly yellow cards because Bruno cannot stick a leg in no more because any wrong tackle, and he's off. Same thing with Matic too. So all they're gonna do is they cannot do that dirty kind of like play no more. Which sometimes when the team kind of like get momentum, you need to slow it down by just like committing like little fouls and stuff like that, taking a yellow card from the team and stuff like that. But they couldn't do that. And those changes, for example, Van der Beek for Bruno should have come early. You know, I could have probably say, look, shift Fred to the defensive midfield and then bring Lingard on. I don't know. Something should have done to stop Aston Villa game momentum.
Yeah, you're right. I think we needed fresher legs. We definitely needed fresher legs. And them, man, like you see opposition be making their subs. We making our subs in like the 87th, 88th minute and stuff like that. Well, we brought on who was it that we brought on? Sancho, maybe of 10 minutes ago, but the rest of them was like a couple minutes ago. Doesn't make sense. Whereas like you see flipping Aston Villa making their subs like 70 minutes and 70 minutes into the game, 60 something minutes into the game. Look, Edwin, obviously you witnessed Manchester United go 2-0 up, and you know what it is, Man United dropping. It feels like a loss today. What was your thoughts about what you witnessed today, man? You're on mute, I think. You're on mute.
No, I can't hear you.
No,
I can't hear you. I think Edwin is having some technical difficulties today.
Easy, you know. But you know what? It's one of those.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, back in the game. You're back in the game. So what was your thoughts, man? What you saw?
I feel like it was a game of two halves. So first half, we actually played like with intensity. We were attacking. We looked good. Even, they had a few chances, but not as much as the second half. And we looked like we were in control of the game, but it's typical Man United. One half we'll play well, then the second half, we just play like, the team's just very unfit. Like, it's quite sad to see. They can't play at high intensity for a long time. And he took too long, like NK said, to make changes, but it was definitely a game of two halves. And we just allowed them back in the game. It's not like they outplayed us, but we just became very lackluster. And then that was it. They just capitalized, You got to remember, they brought Coutinho on. That brought out their spirits. They got a world-class player, that's come in. And then that was it. His two involvements caused it to be a draw, but technically it should never have been like that.
I agree. I mean, why do you think Ralph is continuing the sort of trend and continuing the thing what Oli done with regards to not using guys like Lingard, not using guys like Donny van der Beek? Because clearly we could see like Matic needed to get removed at some point in the second half. It was tiring, do you know what I mean? You can do a 45 minute comfortably, 50, maybe 60 minutes, but then you really need to start eyeing him, especially a guy that's on a yellow. If you start getting tired as well, you're more prone to a mistake as well. There's times where he was looking at the ref, he made like another funny challenge and he was looking at the ref all funny, thinking, is he going to pull out his card and show me a card? And it's just like, why do you think that rough, right? Look, this is why when we look at it and we're grilling Oli and all of these things, we're looking at now. And like this, I start to feel like is these managers' hands tied? Like, is there something going on that they're like sworn to some sort of code of secrecy or something? Because for me, you've got one of the most experienced guys in the game. He's looking at the team just like we're looking at the team. Bro, in our WhatsApp group when we was watching the game, we was just like, you had Ron screaming, make us up, NK screaming, make us, like, what's going on? Make us up, switch this. Bro, we're watching a game and nothing's happening. I'm starting to think like, are these managers' hands tied? Like, is there something that we just don't know? Because Ralph Rangnick is experienced. He talks the fine art, but yet he's doing the same stuff all he's done when it comes to subs. He's doing the same stuff. And to be fair, these man there, Ronaldo's not playing or whoever's not playing, it's because of injuries, bruv.
Well, but then first, as I said to you, today would have been a lesson from him. As I said to you, a lot of the foreign managers, when they come to Premier, they always get found out in regard to how in Premier League, you cannot rest even when you are 2-0 down because team will come in. I feel like if it was any game, if he was experienced in the Premier League, of course the thing is, let's look at on the bench, for example, we didn't have a defensive substitution to make apart from Phil Jones and Harry Maguire. We didn't really have like a defensive midfielder to bring on. Donny van der Beek was attacking, Lindegaard was attacking. In games like that where you want to see it out, you could probably say, hey, you know what, bring a defensive guy on and just like pack the bus and then just see it out. But we didn't have a defensive substitution. Another way he could have gone, as I said to you, if he was experienced, was he would have probably throw like a Harry Maguire on or a Jones on and go through at the back to say, hey, you know what, let's see out. But it was a lack of experience from Ralph's side in terms of the Premiership. That's why he kept on not making that kind of stuff. If like I promise you, going forward, I promise you, going forward, if we are 2-0 down, I don't even care if it's against Norwich. He changed something and he don't keep it like that. He does not keep it like that. I promise you that.
It's crazy.
Like if Scott McTominay was on the bench, you know he make us up easily. He brings
100%. Yes, 100%.
And he make us up.
100%. He makes a sub. If Scott McTominay was on the bench, first of all, if Scott McTominay was fit, he'll probably be starting. But if Matic was there, he probably would have brought on Matic. It's just like like you said, because Manchester United has got a lacking squad depth with regards to that midfield in terms of defensive options. It's an issue for them, these managers, and none of these managers are thinking, okay, Donny can play in that midfield and like see out the game. But there's other things you can do. You understand? Like you said, you can bring in an extra centre back, flip it, bring in another defender, take off a striker. Do you know what I mean? Greenwood can go up top. You know, you can just do what you need to do, like in terms of, you know what I mean? Bruno on the wing, like adding another. You can do what you need to do to get through this game. No, we don't. Cavani had a poor game today. Cavani, had a poor game, bro. He was just running up and down. He contributed nothing. Do you know what I mean? And to be fair, like, I didn't want him to come off because I thought, you know what? We've got this clean sheet in the first half. It was doing a lot of pressure and tracking back. Green was not doing anything. So hopefully Cavani with these legs and fitness can support. But then it got to a point where when we got that second goal, I think that's when we should have made that change.
I 2-0 up. Like Cavani was not needed. At 2-0 up, you would say, look, the job is done. We got a game on Wednesday. Take him off, rest him, and then let's just hit this team on a counter attack. You know, that's why I just say like bring Lindegaard on, because you know Lindegaard will come on. He would truck back. He's a hard-working guy. We didn't need goals at the time. We just needed guys to just work hard and
Greenwood.
just stay in.
Greenwood could have come off.
Yeah, he could have come off, and you know, and as I said to you, if it's very inexperienced from Ralph's side in the Premier League, because he was just very comfortable with it. Because I mean, up until that point where Villa kind of like just started kind of like, and the thing is, those two goals that they scored too. The first goal was from like a throw-in, like I don't know, it was just out of nothing, literally out of nothing. Like the thing is, you can blame the manager too, but you should also blame the players too for lack of leadership. That first goal was from a throw-in that it just came out of nothing. It literally just came out of nothing. Literally. Second goal too, Lindelof. The finish. Second goal, Lindelof. Don't press. We are 2-1 now trying to manage a game. Don't press. If you press like that and then you lose a man with a few minutes to go, bro, bring him down. Get a free kick. Let the referee restart the game, bro. Just let him go. And this is when you come with like experience and leadership. At that time, you kill the game, just slow it down. Even De Gea, when he had a ball, I saw Marty just trying to tell him like, slow the game down, waste time. Just do that. You are away from home. You don't need to entertain these fans. You go your 2-0. Just literally waste time, do ugly, do whatever you need to do to just see this game off. Hey, Edwin, talking about that, what did you make of Maguire not starting today?
You know what? I felt it was good because what they keep doing, you know what? So, you know, I'm not the biggest Maguire fan, but the problem is they always start him when he's injured. Like they bring him back too quick. And I think then already he's struggling, then he struggles more. So I think he's good that he didn't play today. Give him time to actually get fully fit. You know what I mean? So I thought, as I told Firm, I think Jones should have played. We need, you know, like
I think Jones could have come off the bench and like stirred it up the game, but yeah, I mean, I guess so. He when he came and played, he did do a good job, to be fair. But
that's what I say.
I just feel like
he should have just tried the back. I said to you, it's just inexperience, because if it was any, but the finish, if we were playing like a Man City or a Liverpool or stuff like that, he go try the back and just pat the bus with the last minute. But I feel like, as I said to you, inexperience. You feel like, oh, you know what, it's Villa, we killed their spirit, the fans are quiet and stuff like that. It's like, what, 15 minutes ago or so? There's no way why we don't see this game. I mean, there's no betting guy in this world that's at 2-0 down is going to put money on Villa to get 2-2. Like, everybody before the game was over.
Yeah, everybody before the game was over. Even at 2-1, he should have reacted. He just now, like 2-1, still kind of just
2-1. He kind of reacted by taking Elanga. What do you call it? Oh, but even at that time too, he should. I don't know. As I said to you, if we had midfielders on there, he changed the game. I think at that time, he just didn't know what to do in order to stop things. The pressure that Villa was coming, he just did not, because we didn't have no defensive midfielder on the pitch, and he didn't think attacking too was the way to go. So, and I don't think maybe he wanted to change the formation too. He should have just done something, but I think it just shocked him. I think at 2-1 down, it just shocked him.
Bro, like, it's evident that Manchester United need to go into the January window and get the Sakara guy. Just pay the 5-6 million. I don't know. Even if we means we loaning out a guy to benefit someone else and not getting any money to create space, if that's the issue, we need to go out and get this guy, because when Scott McTominay got injured, as you can see, these men ain't going to be trusted. We're going to have this situation again very soon. Ralph Ragnick's not going to trust Donny van der Beek.
How much is he at the moment?
5 to 6 million euros. And at the end of the day, like, whether he does well or doesn't do well, I've seen this guy playing the Euros, right? He's a guy that is also defensive, right? But who can also spray a ball. He can also get forward as well. He will definitely contribute, and a guy that you can say, do you know what? He's a guy that you can either start or make a sub. Man United need to go into the window because we've got a clear gap. Scott McTominay is injured now, and we're looking left and right for you to play. It's a mess. It's a total mess. Look, in the first half year, Man United had 55% possession. Yeah, in the second half, 35 to Aston Villa 65. You see the big contrast. In the first half year, we had like 270 total passes, and of that, 233 completed. Yeah, versus Villa's 218 total passes and 185. In the second half, look, Villa 299 passes. Yeah. And 253 completed to our 155 and only 112 completed. And the attacks is 68 in the second half and only 29 for us. Dangerous attacks, 29 for them, 7 to us. It was a complete Jekyll and Hyde.
That's the finish. For us going in 1-0 lead, yeah, second half, as I said, second half, our approach to the second half was a bit was good, to be honest. Like, we didn't want to have the ball where they put in, like, they pressing us and everything. We were supposed to sit at the counter. We were supposed to sit at the counter and hit them, which we actually did get from the Bruno goal, which was like it was a well-taken goal. And literally, that's what we were just hoping for. We were hoping that we capitalize on one or two of their mistakes, hit them on the counter, and get a second goal, which everybody thought that was, because you just felt like the second goal of the game was going to be crucial, and whoever get it might just end up getting something from the game. And honestly, after United got it, literally at 2-0 down, that's when ref should have thought, like, look, we're 2-1 up, let's try to do, and as I said to you, let's try to do something. We got a game on Wednesday, let's take Cannavani off, let me rest Bruno, let me bring on some fresh leg, let them just kind of like run, because we just literally run out of the pitch. Matic's legs were out, he wasn't mobile no more. On top of that, it was a yellow card. So it's just all it is. But all I'm just going to say is, today, since Raf came here, the first half, even in the second half, the way we played has been one of the best that we have played. I think he needs to try and build on that. You know, this was a very upset sort of like how we collapsed in the last like 15 minutes. But overall, it was a good performance, minus the result. So let's build on that against Brentford too. Let's try set up that way. Scott McTominay is going to be back too, so he can probably like join. Well, I don't know if he can play that DM position too, but he cannot. But let's try and set up like kind of like similar to that. And let's just see that at least we're going to have an option off the bench if we need to see the game out, you know? So
It's
Let's just
sad,
kind of
man.
like keep it
I look
kind of
at
like
the
going
table,
back.
bro. I look at the table, yeah, and I'm just like, look, I don't even like looking at the table, but I just skimmed, looked. Oh, Tottenham's got 2 games in hand, bro. 2 games in hand, bro, and they're already sitting. They're sitting pretty on top of us. They've got two games in hand. Man United is a complete just mess. I don't even get any joy from watching Manchester United. Do you know what it is? It's like, do you know where you feel like there's a glimmer of hope? Then when you see it play out in reality, then you're like, oh snap, you've got to go back to the drawing board again. The first glimmer of hope was the Ralph Ragnick with the 4-2-2 formation. It weren't working. And then we're thinking about, oh, maybe if we play Ronaldo Cavani together, you know, all of that stuff. It didn't work. And then we're thinking about, oh, maybe we need to bring in Dalot, yeah, and Telles. Again, it's working to a degree, but it's not working at the same time. It's give and take. And then we're thinking, oh, you know, we're seeing 4-2-3-1. That was doing okay. We were getting back into the, at least we got 3 points, but it wasn't convincing. Now we've gone with a 4-3-3, and that looked like we had a great first half. I can't remember the last time we controlled like most of a half. And that is
We control
like
the midfield today. We
like,
control like first
yeah.
time we were bossing the midfield.
And you did say it's true. Like we were, and we did have something to build from. We do have something to build from. But my thing is this: we're going into the next game now. We're going to do the same lineup, but maybe make 1 or 2 changes, and then Man United's just going to drop points again, and I'm going to be like, I thought 4-3-3 was the answer. I thought that this was it, and then it's not, and then we're just left in limbo.
But the thing is, firms, every team have like a setback in terms of like as I said to you. Today, it was just unfortunate that we collapsed in the last frame. And as I said to you, the players were working hard, especially like Fred, Bruno. They were working so much, kind of like hard that I don't know. Once the first goal went in for Villa, straight away, morals kind of like it just kind of like old habits just kind of like creeping. We just started to kind of like get nervous because you know how we always kind of like conceded. It's just that, and this is where I told you like leadership just come onto the page to tell everybody like, look. Calm down, relax. Yes, they scored, but we can still like leadership on the pitch today was very key, even at 2-1 down. Someone should have just come and just tell them, look, don't worry about it. It's still 2-1 up. We can still just do something, you know, just like relax. We got this. But there was no one there to assure this place, and you can just kind of like see the inexperience, the creepiness, like the lack of belief just kind of like kicking. And it's like we were literally just expecting them to just literally come and just score the second or the third goal and just what it is. But if I was Ralph, I wouldn't change the formation against Brentford too. But once again, it's going to be another tough game, man. Another tough game. So you know it's just what it is right now. Right now, we just need to I don't know. We just need to forget about Champions League. I don't know. Like right now, let's just start building towards next season. But man, I told you, if United don't get a midfielder, it's always going to be like this. You know, it's always going to be like this. We had a good midfielder today. Second half, we come. Ping pong, just keep ball possession, just pass it around. Even at 2-0 down, that's what you do. 2-0 down, you keep the ball, you pass it around, get them tired where they just chasing, and then boom, counter them 3-0, boom, 4-0. That's what you do, but we don't have the midfield to control in that kind of a situation, you know? So until we kind of like sort that out, it's always going to be like that. And that guy, Ramsey from Aston Villa, what a guy, man. What a guy, bro. He was something else, bro. He had a great game. But then again, when was the last time a midfielder did not have a good game against United?
We make them all look good, bro. We make them all.
They don't have a good game against United, man.
Look, Edwin. Look, let me get your thoughts. Obviously, we've been going in on Manchester United and their inconsistencies and performances, but NK was touching on some of Manchester United's positives, I should say, if there is any. About something to build on. But before we go on that, I just want to talk about Elanga, because Elanga needs a shout out, to be fair. Elanga, obviously our consistent performance like David De Gea, he does his thing. You know, Telles had a wicked game, do you know what I mean? Getting up the pitch, whipping them balls and everything like that. But Elanga, I wanted to give a special shout out to because he worked his socks off.
He played well. He tried. He really tried. He had a few chances. A bit more consistency, a bit more composure in front of goal. I think he would have scored. But he tried. You know what I mean? You can't ask. He's a young player, been like starting in the first team, an away game. Like he done well. Yeah,
you can tell, right, that Ralph Ragnick likes a bit of speed up top, obviously, in the team. Like who doesn't, especially with the counter attacks. And Elanga's got that. And right now, he's benching Rashford. Rashford is taking time out to gather his thoughts and stay out of the heat. And I thought he did. I thought he did well because technically, like you'll look at a young player like him, and you can associate it with being too overzealous at times and making wrong decisions because like you're just so eager to impress. But what I did see from Alanga was a guy that was choosing to pick his chance, like picking his opportunities right. He knew when to like lay it off and release the ball quickly. He knew when to run at the defenders and he knew when to pop off a shot. Like he was doing a bit of everything. He played a mature game, should I say. And for me, it gave me a lot of confidence, you know what I mean? Like he can continue to develop, do you know what I mean? Continues to build from here. And I do want Rashford to be having competition. And Elanga is one of those ones
that's the thing, but there's something about Rashford that's not sitting right. I don't know if it's the pressure from the outside world of all the stuff he's been doing to support communities, but his game's not in the football. He doesn't look happy. He doesn't look comfortable. So I think it's more than just being out of thing. It looks like something's going on. Like I feel like, you know, the ones that I feel like he needs some time away, like a 2-week holiday, like, you know what I mean? Because I don't think his head's actually in the game to be playing right now. Yeah. He looks so like, he just looks so disconnected.
And rightfully so, you know, all the press has been coming out that, you know, he's been talking to senior players like Ronaldo, getting advice, or he broke up with his missus and now he's reunited and all of this stuff. I don't want it to be turned into a negative about what he's doing, you know, in the community about feeding the kids, because it is positive and stuff like that. But I think the press has been working overtime to like try and give us an answer to why Rashford's not doing so well. But I think the right thing ultimately is for him to take that time out, gather himself, get back to basics.
If you're not going to play him, just give him 2 weeks off, let him get his head together, give him some time to recharge. You know what I mean?
Go
and then come back.
Exactly. So, do you think though that Manchester United, seeing what you saw, what's your views on us going forward? Do you feel like we do have something to build on with this 4? Because what we was doing was playing 4 at the back, Matic's deep.
There's definitely something to build on, because first half we looked good, like attacking wise, we're putting passes together, we're putting the pressure on them. But I think, as we always say, without a midfielder, that doesn't matter, you know what I mean? Because there's no balance. Like, we can look good attacking, but it's when there's no one controlling the game in the middle, there's no, you know what I mean? Like, in the long run, we need someone that will play in that position to the 90th minute, not just the first 45, you know? Even if we had bought a midfielder, the way like Aston Villa got Coutinho, just bring someone on to just, like, we don't even have a midfielder like NK said to just bring on and just sit there in front of them. Like, if I was him, you don't have a midfielder, use your thing. Tell Phil Jones to go in and just sit in front of the defense and close down everything. That's it. That's what I would have done. If you ain't got something, you got to find an alternative. For me,
remember when we were saying we should play in DM? Do you remember when he was getting consistent games back in the days and people were like, oh, maybe he can work as a DM, maybe he can work as a DM. But you know, when they got no midfielder, just throw it.
It's not even a consistency thing, but look at this, right? If you've got someone like Coutinho, like, this is where the tactician and the managers have to come. You bring on Coutinho, okay, he's going to raise thingy. Everyone's going to be hyped because he's playing. The team's going to be lifted. Oh, we've got Coutinho on the pitch now. Counter that. Bring Phil Jones and say, Phil Jones, stick at him. Stay in midfield, but man mark him. That's what I would have done.
Yeah, but I think, you know what, because the game has finished here and it ended in a draw, we can all sit here and say, oh yeah, he should have brought Johnson and everything like that. At 2-0 down, to me anyways, one of the obvious substitutions that he should have done first of all, was the Cavani one, you know, because at that point it wasn't a game for Cavani no more. That was one of the first game too. And then the second one would have been a Matic or a Bruno, because they were on yellow card and you didn't want them to kind of like get another second yellow card to get sent off. At 2-0 up, that's what, as a manager, that's what you should have been kind of like thinking about. He didn't do none of that, which was one of the biggest problems too. Because I mean, at that point, 2-0 up, it's not a point to be thinking, oh yeah, let Phil Jones come on, unless you wanted to take a Matic off and then just do that kind of a substitution.
I would have thought that, you know what, I would have thought I would have looked at the bench and saw, damn, he doesn't like Donny anyway. We need to show up this game. He doesn't like Lingard. So who else have we got? Unless he doesn't like Phil Jones.
No, but Donny is attacking. Donny's attacking. When you're trying to see a game, Donny is not your guy to kind of like come on, because he don't play, because we don't trust him defensively. So he's not a guy to come on. Lindegaard, I'll probably say that he should have come on too, but maybe because he's trying to leave too, I don't think they want today. I think if Rashford was fit and stuff like that, he don't make the squad too. But I don't know. It's just all problems at United right now. Just too much problems at United right now that just need to be sorted out, man. Today was just, I don't know. It just, as I said to you, the last 15 minutes just gave us an opportunity to just keep on talking about what it is that's kind of like going wrong. But I think we need to take the positive that we had a good like first kind of like 30, 40 minutes where we were good link-up play between certain players were good too, and we need to try just kind of build on it. Brentford, difficult game. Personally, I think it's going to be similar to this one, where if we go ahead, we should just try and manage the game and just win it. If we manage to get 4 points out of these 2 games, bro, I will take it. The way we're playing 4 points out of these 2 away games, I would take it. And then we just see where we go from there.
Does FA Cup get you, like, what happens again when you win FA Cup?
FA Cup get us like Europa League or Conference League. It just depends on what the other teams do. To be honest with you, if we don't get Champions League, I don't want to play no European football. It's just as simple as that. True. I don't want to play European football. I don't think no United fan want to play Europa League or Europa Conference. I just don't. But if we are 7th with 3 games to go, bro, just lose all 3. Let's finish 10th, bro. Just lose all 3. Let's finish 10th. No European football, bro. Like, it don't make sense. No European football. Sell half of these players. Let's build. Get the thing on whoever the new manager and get time.
It's even sad that you had to ask, what do we get from FA Cup? We shouldn't even be talking like that.
Fam, you know what it is? I want us to win a trophy, and that's obviously our only realistic trophy that we can win. I'm just seeing European football in terms of Champions League slipping away from us with every game. And then obviously Champions League that we're in now is a complete myth when we go against anyone that of substance. So for me, I'm just like, bro, like if we do actually go the way and put all our eggs in one basket with FA Cup, because like you said, if we don't want to go for Europa League, bro, put all our eggs in, go for this FA Cup.
But you know the thing is, Manchester United as a football club, yeah, they are too slow, bro. They are too slow. First of all, Ole Gensat was a game too slow. And I tell you what, if at the end of the season, if we miss out on top 4 by 3 points here, it will always go down to that, what do you call it, that Watford game, bro. Because you start calling doing an international break, you bring someone inside there, that Watford game just get won. And that's another 3 points too. Second point is January. So that may for that. They're going to end up getting someone last minute. But then if you get them in, certain points could have been got. You know, certain points could have been got. It's just the same thing that we did with Bruno, where we got him late. And it, you know what, if it wasn't for lockdown, it could have been too late. Lockdown literally gave us time to just regroup and then make that top 4 from Leicester. You know? So it's just one of those ones. We just need to just start acting early. If we have a problem, sort it out. Players want to go, let them go early. Don't keep them there where there's this thing coming out. If someone want to go, try and find a deal. Let them go out and let us get something in. Work the deals out. You know, just try, just be on it. Like, just solve problems early before they become too toxic, man. Like, it's just what it is. But me, I told you last week, and I'm going to say it again, though, bro. This is how it's going to be to the end of the season, man. Like, let's just forget about Champions League. Let's just forget about everything else. Let's just hope. I'm just looking forward to next season. I ain't even going to lie to you. I'm just looking forward to next season. If this was a Netflix show, I would skip to season 2, but I would just skip to season 2.
Hey, look, this is the OT99 Banter Room where opinions are shared and smoke gets served. Look, you heard our opinions. Let us know what you think, man. Remember to like, comment, subscribe, and support the thing. Follow on Instagram at OT99_Banter Room, Twitter at 99Banter, TikTok at OT99 Banter Room, all one word. Remember to like, comment, subscribe. Peace.
Thanks, guys. Peace.
Thanks.